Hello everyone. In this section, we are going to learn how we can use Docker Compose to orchestrate a single node Docker infrastructure. This is an introduction to the section. So what is Docker Compose? If you haven't heard that term before, Docker Compose is just a Python application that is used to orchestrate one or more Docker containers on a single instance. It uses a YAML file for its instructions, and it can automate and it can save you a lot of typing and a lot of memorizing by saving the state of your container, saving the state that you want your containers to be at in terms of volumes, ports, networks, and so on, so that you don't have to memorize those commands when you start the container. Additionally, this file can be under version control so that you can keep several versions of your infrastructure. So what are we going to cover in this section? Our blueprint includes first getting to know Docker Compose by installing the package, having a look at its basic usage. Again, demonstrate an infrastructure using one of the popular applications, which is WordPress. We are going to use Docker Compose to deploy a WordPress basic installation, and we're going to see how it makes this a breeze compared to when we didn't use Docker Compose and we just used Docker commands. Finally, we are going to use Docker Compose with the Node.js API that we covered in the previous section, and we're going to see how we can deploy Node.js and MongoDB under Docker Compose. In this video, we are going to install Docker Compose and have a quick look on what basic options it has. The only prerequisite for Docker Compose is a Docker installation. So this machine already has Docker. Issue docker -- version, and we have here Docker installed. So let's go ahead and install Docker Compose. So I'm going to go online and search for install Docker Compose. It has a lot of installation options depending on your specific OS. It is available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. So I'm going to choose Linux. And here we will need to just copy and paste this command. I'm going to copy it, paste it in here. And then it just downloads, if you're curious, it just downloads the binary and place it in your local bin, the docker-compose binary, and that's it. So the second command just adds the execute permissions for this docker-compose binary. So let's execute it, and now we have docker-compose available -- it also accepts test version just like Docker, and we have version 1.24, which is the latest at the time of this recording. Okay, so let's clear the screen, and I'm going to switch to root and start creating my Docker Compose file. Docker Compose expects to see a file that is called docker-compose.yml in its current working directory. This is the default behavior. However, you can change this behavior by specifying the path and the name of the Docker Compose file if you decided to give it a different name, and Docker Compose will pick up the path and the name that you specified for its file. Otherwise, it's going to use the default docker-compose.yml in the working directory. Okay, so this is the file. I'm going to start by the version. Docker Compose has several versions, the latest of which at the time of this recording is 3.1. And then we have the concept of services. A service here is, you can think of a service as another name for a container, but Docker Compose calls it a service.